Thank you for joining me in this video. This is August 22nd, 2018, and I was considering this as my recent sensation, Thinking Fast and Slow, written by Daniel Kahneman. A fantastic book which speaks about how thinking capacity can be altered according to the levels of the character. And this is Daniel Kahneman. If you could take a review of the book, you must do. Google the book's name, Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman, and you would be able to understand why this book is considered to be so valuable. The 29th chapter in this book is a very important paradigm that we are going to discuss now. It's called as the fourfold pattern. The fourfold pattern. And here, Mr. Daniel analyzes about how the mind can be changed according to the level of problems that we are facing. For each problem, as Albert Einstein mentioned, we need different kinds of thinking. A few months back, I recorded a video called as the 11 Forms of Thinking. That's also available in my YouTube official channel, in which the 11 forms of thinking brings bottom line thinking, closed group thinking, possibility thinking likewise. So I would say this book, Thinking Fast and Slow, is a bit of an expansion of the same 11 process of thinking that I discussed in that video. Now, very quickly, I would like to give one particular concept. I'm not going to speak about the review of the book like the other video preparing people are going to do, because there are plenty of videos that are buzzing around in YouTube speaking about the review of the book. I'm not going to give the review of the book. I'm not such a big person to give a review of a particular book written by an international bestseller. But I'm an idea messenger, you can call me that. Here, this fourfold pattern that Daniel Kahneman has mentioned, if I have to simplify that concept into an ordinary kind of an understandability, I would like to say the level of alteration you can bring up into your mind. Like when you get into the electronic device called as a radio, in 1930s and 40s, radios were very popular, and that was possibly the only telecommunication device that was seen by the world. If you take the wire and if you make the resistance a little bit more tightened, it is proven that the electricity passes very fast into the tightened wire. The resistance of the radio wire is very important for the level of electricity to pass into it. Likewise, our brain's neurons, when they are properly toned up, when they are properly relaxed, the thinking capacity is getting maximized. When you are having a problem, or when you are having a troublesome situation, a personal troublesome situation or a professional troublesome situation, during that point of time you are looking for lots of ideas. What best we do when we have a problem? Immediately we Google the problem in our smartphone or in our laptop, and we try to explore some solutions. We try to use some hands-on experiences, and we try to use some case study based experiences, and we try to find out the problem, and we try to find out the solution for the problem. How many times have you been successful in this regard? That is, when you're having a problem, you get into the internet trying to search for solutions and get the solution and fix it. That can be for your devices, that can be good for your devices. If you are having a problem with your phone, there will be a ready-made solution in the internet for fixing that problem. If you're having a problem in your laptop or modem or any other telecommunication device or electronic device, internet can offer best short, quick fix solution. But for life problems, can you Google the solutions for the life problems? I recently posted a statement in my Facebook account, and that statement was, don't Facebook your problems, face your problems. So don't post the problems in your Facebook, rather face the problems and then share in your Facebook page how you are able to get out of that problem. So that's even more better, right? Likewise, for life problem situations, you might not be able to get the solutions in the internet. The best avenue or the best juncture for getting the solution for your life problem is your own mind. It can be done only by realistic thinking. So when you have a problem or any kind of a crisis, psycho-perception method is going to be put into use. What do you mean by the psychic or psycho-perception method? Joseph Murphy, a famous mind psychologist, in 1945, he came up with a concept called as psychic perception. And here in psychic perception, Dr. Joseph Murphy says, if your mind is trained properly, it would automatically give you the solution. For example, today is August 22nd, you are facing a crisis. Exactly on September 22nd, if you are toning up your mind on a proper basis, according to what Joseph Murphy says, you can get the solution for your problem perhaps on September 5th or September 8th or somewhere. In another span of 10 days or 15 days, you can get the solution for the problem. So that's what is the predominant concept that Joseph Murphy and Daniel Kahneman have spoken in their respective books. It's not my duty to combine these two authors, all right? But I am mentioning the names of the authors for courtesy purpose. It is not ethical on my part to speak about Joseph Murphy's concept and Daniel's concept as if I am thinking and I am emerging. As teachers, we always do, we take reference books and we try to teach the concept in the classroom by giving the credits and the courtesy to the authors. Likewise, I give my credit and I give my respect and courtesy towards Daniel Kahneman and Joseph Murphy. Now, coming to the method of finding out solution for the problems that you're facing. Each night when you're, let's take for an example, let's take two examples. Example number one, a person having lots of scarcity of ideas. The person is not able to get some ideas for the business. His profit is seeing a nosedive and the person wants an idea for getting out of this ruffled situation of the business. This is first case. Second case, a student trying to find it difficult to get maximum results in his examinations. So here we have two case studies. Case number one, a businessman searching for new ideas for promoting his products amongst the customers. And case number two is a student looking for the best way of maximizing his examination performance in a particular subject. All right. So these two are cases according to the age and position of those two individuals. The student will be much stressed and the businessman will also be much stressed because he has to get his annual turnover back in shape, right? So that's why. So how can these two individuals use psychic perception or thinking in a different way to solve their problems? First and foremost, the first step is define your problem. Again, I'm reinstating the process of taking the journal and writing down. Having a journal and writing the problem that you are facing, that should be the first one. Defining the problem. You've got to have a proper, crucial discrimination of defining the problem. Speaking about the journal, maybe you can have a big journal like this, or for problem solving purpose, you can have a tiny journal like this, right? So as I told you, the first one is define your problem. I mean, have a small handy notebook like this and write down the problem. And first of all, you will have to define what the problem is. Clearly describe what the problem is and what are all the kind of crises that you are undergoing. Everything has to be written down. And do this in the evening time. All right. So this, technically speaking, this has to be done exactly 3 hours before you hit your bed. Let's say, for example, if you're going to bed at 10:30, this has to be done by 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Okay, so write the problem in that first journal that you're having. Defining the problem is the first step. And once you define the problem, you will have a clear picture about the problem, which has not been processed in your mind. When things are put into black and white, into a small journal or in a piece of paper, as you will, it gets a shape. So many of the problems are not solved because the problems are not given proper shape. So when you write this, it naturally gets a proper shape. That's the first step. All right. Second step, take about 40 minutes break after defining the problem. And after 40 minutes, take this journal again and write down the possible solutions that you have for this particular problem that you have written. Step number 1 is defining the problem. Step number 2 is defining your own possible solutions in the same page. Possible solution number 1, possible solution number 2, even one idea is good. So that has to be done as a second step. All right. Now, writing and processing information are over. Now, for third step, you got to have a distinctive information. For third step, You need to set the third step only on the bed. Before you go to sleep, you have a clear screenshot or a clear snapshot of the problem and the possible solution. Because you have written down 2 hours earlier, right? So that has already been written down. Now, before you go to sleep, what I want you to do is relax yourself. What is the best way to relax? We'll come to the subject, but before that we'll speak about this relaxation. What is your best way to relax? What is the mindfulness concept you have? How do you relax? I listen to music and I get relaxed. Some people mention, I close my eyes and I count from 100 to 10, I relax. And some people mention, I think about a very pleasant memory, I get relaxed. And some people mention, I have stress busters, I will tighten my muscles and loosen, I get relaxed. So likewise, you have your own ways and means of getting relaxed. But I would like to give you a simple technique for relaxing. The simple technique for relaxing is have a microscopic view from the top to boot. Just keep seeing all the blood that is getting flown all over your body, right from the top of the head till your foot. And when you see this, you will naturally have a basic kind of concentration that is centered on your body system, and the relaxation automatically happens in you. So once you get this relaxation, and before you fall asleep, I want you to program the solution that you have written down on the journal. Again, the journal comes handy. The solution that you have written down on the journal. You might have written some 4 or 5 possible solutions, right? Take the toppest one, the top solution that you have written, right? So that solution, you have to program that into your mind, stating that, see, this is the problem I'm facing, and this is the possible solution that I want to emerge in my life. So this possible solution happens in another 4 days. Timeline is the key here. You're supposed to give a timeline for it. You're facing the problem on August 22nd. And in 4 days, within August 26th, this solution happens. And I'm getting happy and I'm getting so much fulfilled because of this solution happening against that crisis, and I will be settling down from the crisis. This process is not only lulled into your subconscious, it is also seen and visualized as a picture in your subconscious. So you are visualizing that into your subconscious, you are seeing that the problem is getting dissolved, you are seeing that the solution is automatically taking its shape, and you're seeing the happiness and the fulfillment feeling that you will possibly have if that thing happens. Whatever you are inducing, whatever you are lulling into your subconscious, lulling, when I say lulling, I mean the lullaby. Lullaby means a song that you sing for putting the babies into sleep, right? So you are lulling the concept, and you're also seeing the same thing, seeing the same kind of pictures, seeing the fulfillment, seeing the feeling, seeing the satisfaction that you will get because of the problem getting solved. And you have to repeat this process at least for the next 3 days or 4 days. And your timeline is 4 days, right? So if you are repeating for 3 days, the 4th day, you will get a new insight about the solution, or rather, you will get the problem automatically getting dissolved. It truly happens. So if you find this 4-day time as a very little time period, elongated to maybe 1 week or 10 days, as long as you are able to wait for the solution to come, if you are able to wait for it, if you are able to put some more time on it, I'm happy about it. Just give some more time. Alright? But if your mind is conditioned as 4 days, because you cannot live with the problem for more than a week, it's a very urgent problem that has to be taken care of. So at that point of time, having that as a case, you cannot spend more time. So do this exercise for the next 3 days. And on the 4th day, you will have more steady consciousness for facing the problem. That's the idea here. So what you have done in these 3 days is you have tried to activate the psychic perception of your mind, and the psychic perception has started working towards the accomplishment of the solution for the problem. So I would stick my neck out and I will watch on the point that if you are making this as your principle, a regular principle for solving the problems, I think you are definitely going to accomplish and emerge as a wonderful problem solver. And you can handle your crisis much easily. Your problems can be always inundated and they can be faced at ease with quite a bit of comfort.